snap. I get to,
You get the
I'm ready.
snap. Hi, my name is Lyons. I'm the founder and CEO of Dish Society. My primary role with the company is to really set the vision and make sure everybody has the tools and resources necessary to get there. I work primarily with real estate, finance, and working with our investors, finding new locations, looking into new markets, and then hiring the corporate staff and making sure that we're really driving home the culture and everybody's living the core values. The food itself is, we call it modern takes on traditional favorites with the Southern twist. A lot of Southern influenced foods, some comfort foods with some healthy twists mixed in there as well. So you can have very healthy things at Dish Society, and you can also indulge. We're exposing Texas and Houston specifically to that right now, and eventually across the country. So Dish Society is farm to table, and what that means is that we source a majority, almost anything that we possibly can, from local purveyors around Houston and in Texas. As we've been able to grow, we've been able to source more things locally, and this is everything from coffee to ice cream to bread to produce to steaks to eggs, you name it. We're really proud of that. That's what makes us different. The fact that you know where your food is coming from and that it's fresh and that it hasn't been on a truck from Mexico or California. It's coming from local farmers, local partners, and we're supporting the community with that. We serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch on the weekends, and we have a social hour from 3:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday. And we offer counter service during the day. So you order at the counter, you get your own drinks, you sit wherever you want, and we bring the food out to you. And then at night, after 3:30, we switch to full service. We have a host and servers, and it's more of a traditional environment. And the reason we do that is because people aren't as, in big of a hurry for dinner. They want to be waited on, and they want more of a dining experience. And that's sort of why we do that hybrid model, and we call it flex casual. There's not a lot of people really doing that. We're really innovators as far as that goes. The Dish Society, for me, was born out of just pure necessity of not really having a really great place to eat that I thought people would really resonate with, a place you could go 3 or 4 times a week, a place where you could go for a date night or grab breakfast or brunch on the weekends and really focus on the food and the service elements of that, but in an unpretentious way. What I was really trying to do is create a $30 experience for $15. That was always sort of the genesis for Dish Society. I was traveling a lot, I was living out of a suitcase, and I ate out for every single meal, and I didn't grocery shop, and I didn't cook, and I just found it very challenging to find approachable options on a regular basis. So I started doing a lot of research on the industry and thinking about it, and I went back to get my MBA at UT, and during that time, I continued to do research, and I used that really as an incubator to launch the company. I wrote the business plan, and really started to get some traction. So after I finished business school, I started raising money from investors, looking for real estate, and ultimately, that took a couple years, and we ended up landing in Houston, and we opened the first location in 2014. And so what Dish Society ended up, evolving into is sort of this all-day neighborhood kind of cafe that's really that gathering spot for the community. So people ask me all the time, Dish Society, the name, how did it come about? The original name was Urban Dish, and so within Urban Dish, we had a Dish Society, and the Dish Society was sort of our group of loyal brand ambassadors, the guests that came every day and were really bought into what we were doing, and so we were going to reward them as kind of like a loyalty system. And so, I started to fall out of love with the name Urban Dish, and then my wife was like, why don't you just call it Dish Society? The more I thought about it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I own the domain and had the Twitter handle and the Facebook and all that stuff, so it made a lot of sense. And then if you really think about it, with Dish, we're talking about eating and food, and then society, we're talking about our societal impacts that we have, right? Whether it's local sourcing and partners with our farmers and our vendors, and then also just the social component, gathering around the table for a meal. Really love the name because I think it really brings all that together.
My name's Trent Patterson, and I'm the Director of Operations at Dish Society. I'm here to ensure that all of our team members have the tools that they need to provide exceptional experiences to our guests all day. I work directly with your leaders to help decide what new equipment or new systems we put into place to make your jobs easier. I studied electrical engineering at the University of Texas at Austin. Shortly after graduation, I realized it just wasn't for me. I couldn't spend all that time in a cubicle just writing code. I dropped my computer and started working at several fast casual concepts before I reconnected with Aaron. When he presented me with the Dish Society concept, I knew it was the right choice. Our mission at Dish Society is to create exceptional experiences, not just for the guests, but for our team members as well. This starts with the exceptional training you're going through right now. One of the easiest ways to apply our mission is to ask yourself, every time you're doing anything in the restaurant, is this exceptional for both my team and our guests? If your answer is yes, then you're doing the right thing. If your answer is no, you need to stop, take a minute, and ask yourself, how could I make this experience exceptional for everyone who's involved?
I'd raised quite a bit of money, I'd found a location in Houston, and I'd never worked in a restaurant, so I figured I better, hire somebody or partner with somebody who has.
There was lots of days of me being on the dish pit until 2 o'clock in the morning because we didn't have someone during dinner or whatnot, so that was always a lot of fun. There was a lot of learning on the spot because I had a lot of restaurant experience, but I'd never served any food on a plate or served a drink in a glass. So there was a lot of things that even I was still learning how to do, and actually buying product directly from our suppliers at the farmers market every Saturday was fun to keep up with because they didn't really think we were a real company yet. So we still had to gain their trust.
We did. We used to have to drive to the farmers markets and load up, the Tahoe with honey and produce and just whatever, whatever we could buy there, mushrooms and all kinds of stuff, right, to make food with. And then as we started to grow, we started to really get the buy-in from our suppliers and partners, and they started to, make more frequent deliveries to us and things like that. But, it's been fun in that first year. We were working, all the positions we could, and we learned a tremendous amount that year, how not to run out of eggs in the middle of brunch. It's really fun. I wouldn't trade those days for anything, but hopefully we never have to relive them. But you'll still see, Trent and I work in the stores and, coming in, we still enjoy that part of it. A lot of those things, a lot of fun stories. Come find us, and we can certainly tell you about those, and hopefully some of that stuff gets passed down because it was a lot of fun. So my vision for Dish Society is to really, create that neighborhood go-to restaurant in multiple markets, and I want to be the leader in every market that we're in. I want to be the best farm-to-table restaurant in every market that we're in. I want to be known for that and really be proud of the food that we serve and the service that we provide, what impact that we create for the community. That's really the vision. The vision is to grow this concept, to grow our leadership team, and to create opportunities for everybody to grow, not only as leaders within the company, but as people. Continue to foster relationships with our local partners and purveyors and really be innovative and be on the cutting edge of local sourcing and, quite honestly, the food movement, because it's changing and it's going to look entirely different, 5 to 10 years from now, and we want to be at the forefront of that. So that's my vision for the company, and I want everybody to be proud of that. I want everybody to be bought into that, and I want everybody to help me lead that. So our core values at Dish Society are incredibly important for us to enable us to achieve our vision. So we want everybody to live the core values every day in everything that we do. That also fosters to our mission statement of creating exceptional experiences. The first core value is pride, or being proud of what you do, being proud of how you look, being proud of what you serve, how you serve it, being proud of the team members that you work with, being proud to tell people that you work at Dish Society. And what that looks like is not doing things that you wouldn't be proud of, right? So we always want to do our best in everything that we do. So, some examples of what that looks like is if you see a plate coming out of the kitchen, it's not our best. Are you proud of that? Ask yourself, ask the kitchen, are you proud of that? And if you're not, then fix it and make it something that you would be proud to serve. How do you come to work? Is your uniform ironed? Is your shirt tucked in? Are you proud of the way you look? Are you proud of how you served that customer, how you gave that spiel? Are you proud of that team member that you hired? Those are the things that we look for. That's what it means, is to do your best, to be proud of what you do, and to walk out of here knowing that you did the best that you could.
Our next core value is hospitality. The first thing that many people think of when they hear the word hospitality is service. At Dish Society, we view service and hospitality as two distinctly different parts of our business. Service are the things that you do to our guests, refilling their drink at the table, delivering exceptional food, cleaning the dining room. But hospitality is the way that you make somebody feel. When we provide authentic hospitality in our restaurants, every guest and team member will truly feel cared for, like they're part of our family. Things like greeting your team member's table that's too busy to get to a new guest, remembering a guest's name, remembering what they love to eat in our restaurant, greeting a confused guest at the door to help them better understand how we serve them at our restaurant are all great examples of how you can create the feeling of hospitality in our guests and your team members. This is why it's so important to focus on hospitality in our restaurants.
The next core value is growth and really spreading the values of what Dish Society does in multiple markets. It doesn't just pertain to growing the size of the company, it pertains to growing people as individuals, people as leaders, and it's really at the center of everything that we do. Growth is uncomfortable, it hurts sometimes, that's why they're called growing pains, but the only way we're gonna be able to achieve our goals and achieve our vision is through growth. Within our company, there's people that have started as cashiers and they've worked their way up to assistant general manager, corporate roles. And so there's a lot of opportunities within the company for you to grow. We've had leaders that have come into the company and have grown as people, as individuals, as husbands, as fathers, as wives. And so that's really cool to see. And we're investing in the future of not only people within Dish Society, but just human beings in general. And we want everybody, while they're at Dish Society, to be the best versions of themselves. We're innovators in that. There's not a lot of restaurant concepts doing that. There's not a lot of companies doing that, but it's one of our core values. It's one of our focuses. And we know that there's no way to achieve the vision and our goals without doing that.
Our next core value is family spirit. Our restaurant team at Dish Society is a family. Many of us will spend more of our waking hours with our restaurant family than we do with our actual families. Having family spirit in the restaurant isn't all about sunshine and rainbows. Think about your own family. There's times that you let each other down, that you're angry with each other, and that you even disagree. Having family spirit isn't about agreeing 100% of the time. It's about how you react to those situations. Think about if your family dog passed away yesterday and you came into work. How would you want your team to treat you? You would want them to care for you. You would want them to help you get through and grieve about the loss in your family. It's the same thing here at the restaurant. There's gonna be days that your team members don't come in at 100%. But we're here to support each other to help build a better family spirit.
So to recap the core values that we really expect you guys to live and breathe and emulate every single day. Be proud of what you do it with hospitality, invest in yourself and invest in growth and grow with this company and do it with a family spirit. That's really what's gonna take us to the next level. That's really gonna help us achieve our vision and create this awesome environment of exceptional people and creating exceptional experiences. And we want you to hold us accountable and hold your team accountable to those things. Challenge us. If you see something that's not aligned with our values, you need to speak up. You need to say something. You have free reign to do that, and we expect that from you. So please challenge us, challenge your team, to uphold these values every single day.